Hello everybody. If you want to read all the stories in full, please go to www.steveuk.blog. Thank you. Short story 632, The Charming Stranger. Intermediate. In the quiet town of Elmwood, everyone knew Alex as the perfect neighbor. He was tall, with a warm smile and kind eyes that made people feel safe. Alex worked as a teacher at the local school, where he helped children with their lessons and always had time for a friendly chat. But deep inside, Alex was different. He felt no real emotions, no love or guilt. He was a psychopath, hiding behind his charming mask. One rainy evening, Alex met Sarah at the town café. She was a young woman who had just moved to Elmwood to start a new job. Sarah felt lonely in the small town, and Alex's friendly words made her smile. "You look like you could use a friend," he said, offering her a cup of coffee. They talked for hours, and Sarah thought he was the nicest man she had ever met. As days passed, Alex and Sarah spent more time together. They went for walks in the park and shared stories about their lives. Sarah opened her heart to him, telling him about her dreams and fears. Alex listened carefully, but inside, he felt nothing. He enjoyed controlling people, like pieces in a game. He started to plan something dark. He wanted to see how far he could push Sarah, just for the thrill of it. One night, Alex invited Sarah to his house for dinner. The table was set with candles and fresh flowers. Sarah felt excited and a little nervous. During the meal, Alex told her a story from his past. "When I was young, I had a pet cat," he said calmly. "One day, I wondered what it would feel like to hurt it. So I did." Sarah laughed at first, thinking it was a joke. But then she saw the cold look in his eyes. It wasn't a joke. Sarah tried to leave, but Alex blocked the door. "Don't go yet," he whispered. "The fun is just starting." He grabbed a knife from the kitchen, his face showing no anger or sadness, only a strange excitement. Sarah screamed and fought back, knocking over a lamp. The noise alerted the neighbors, who called the police. The police arrived quickly and arrested Alex. They found evidence in his household diaries full of twisted thoughts and hidden items from past victims. Alex had hurt people before, but he had always escaped notice. Now, his mask was broken. In court, the judge called him a monster without a soul. Alex sat there with his usual smile, feeling no regret. Sarah survived, but she was changed forever. She left Elmwood and warned others about people who seemed too perfect. Alex spent the rest of his life in prison, alone with his empty mind. The town of Elmwood learned that evil can hide in the most ordinary places. Vocabulary notes. Charming. Adjective. Definition: having a pleasant or attractive manner that makes people like you. Example from the story: he was a psychopath, hiding behind his charming mask. Explanation: in the story, Alex uses his charming personality to make people trust him, even though he is dangerous. The word describes someone who seems friendly and likable on the surface. Similar words. Charismatic: the charismatic speaker won over the crowd with his smile. Appealing: her appealing nature made her popular at work. Engaging: his engaging conversation kept everyone interested. Note: charming often has a positive connotation but can be used negatively when someone uses charm to deceive, as in the story. Psychopath. Noun. Definition: a person with a mental disorder characterized by a lack of empathy, guilt, or emotional connection, often leading to harmful or manipulative behavior. Example from the story: he was a psychopath, hiding behind his charming mask. Explanation: Alex is described as a psychopath because he feels no emotions like love or guilt and enjoys manipulating others. This word is specific to a serious psychological condition. Similar words. Sociopath: the sociopath lied without feeling any shame. Maniac: the maniac scared everyone with his wild actions. Lunatic: people thought the lunatic was dangerous and unpredictable. Note: psychopath and sociopath are clinical terms, while maniac and lunatic are more informal and less precise, often used for dramatic effect. Thrill. Noun. Definition: a feeling of excitement or pleasure, often from something dangerous or intense. Example from the story: he wanted to see how far he could push Sarah, just for the thrill of it. Explanation: Alex seeks the thrill of controlling and scaring Sarah, showing his twisted desire for excitement. The word can describe both positive and negative excitement. Similar words. Excitement: she felt excitement when she won the race. Rush: skydiving gave him a rush of adrenaline. Buzz: he got a buzz from solving difficult puzzles. Note: thrill often implies a stronger, more intense feeling than excitement, and is commonly associated with risky activities. Evidence. Noun. Definition: information or objects that prove something is true or has happened, often used in legal or investigative contexts. Example from the story: they found evidence in his house, old diaries full of twisted thoughts and hidden items from past victims. Explanation: the police discovered diaries and items that prove Alex's crimes, showing how evidence is used to confirm guilt in a legal setting. Similar words. Proof: the fingerprints were proof of his guilt. Clue: the detective found a clue in the abandoned car. Sign: there was no sign of a struggle at the crime scene. Note: evidence is formal and often used in legal or scientific contexts, while clue is more common in mysteries or informal settings. Twisted. Adjective. Definition: strange, unnatural, or morally wrong, often describing thoughts or actions that are disturbing. Example from the story: they found evidence in his house, old diaries full of twisted thoughts and hidden items from past victims. Explanation: Alex's thoughts are described as twisted because they are cruel and abnormal, reflecting his psychopathic nature. Similar words. Perverted: his perverted sense of justice shocked everyone. Distorted: her distorted view of reality caused problems. Corrupted: his corrupted mind led him to commit crimes. Note: twisted can describe physical objects, e.g. a twisted rope, or abstract ideas, e.g. twisted thoughts, but in the story, it refers to Alex's disturbing mindset. Story written Steve UK and Grok AI. Image created by Grok AI. To read all the stories in full, please go to www.steveuk.blog. Thank you.
Okay, have you ever met someone who seemed, well, absolutely perfect? Almost too good to be true?
Yeah.
What if that charm, that charisma was just a mask, hiding something darker?
It's a fascinating question.
It really is. And today we're diving deep into exactly that with short story 632, The Charming Stranger.
Right.
Our mission here is, well, not just to tell the story, but to really unpack the deception, look at the psychology behind it.
Yeah, get under the surface so you walk away really understanding what makes this kind of thing tick.
Exactly. So let's set the scene. Elmwood, quiet town, and then there's Alex.
The perfect neighbor.
Totally. Tall, warm smile, kind eyes apparently. A teacher, always helpful. Seems like the kind of person you'd just, trust instantly.
And that's the setup, isn't it? That's the brilliance of the mask.
Yeah.
What he showed wasn't real warmth. It was constructed, like effective mimicry.
Effective mimicry.
Yeah, basically mirroring what people expect, what they want to see, trustworthy, relatable. It pulls down your defenses. But the story tells us, straight up underneath all that, he's described as a psychopath. No real emotions, no love, no guilt. It's a really stark contrast.
It's quite terrifying, actually, how calculated that charm can be. So the story brings in Sarah. She's new in town.
Feeling vulnerable.
Yeah, a bit lonely. Ends up at the town cafe. And Alex, well, he spots her immediately.
He was right,
Totally. Offers coffee, friendly words. And Sarah, she's completely taken in, thinks he's like the nicest guy ever.
But his motive isn't connection, is it? It's a game for him. The story says he enjoyed controlling people.
The pieces on a board.
Exactly. For someone like Alex, it's about the thrill, not just excitement, but that intense feeling of power, of manipulation.
So Sarah's vulnerability wasn't something that made him feel empathy.
Quite the opposite. It was an opportunity, a chance to exert that control, maybe test his own abilities. It's a core aspect of that kind of psychopathic behavior pattern. Lack of fear, drive for control.
Which leads us to that really unsettling dinner scene at his house.
Wow.
He sets it up perfectly, right? Candles, flowers, the whole romantic vibe. But then, bam, the mask just slips. He tells this story almost casually.
About hurting his cat as a kid.
Yeah, just out of curiosity. Sarah thinks it's a joke at first, like some dark humor thing.
Understandable reaction initially.
Yeah.
But the key detail the story gives us.
The look in his eyes.
The cold look, yeah.
Yeah.
That's the moment the charm just evaporates for her. She sees past the performance to the emptiness underneath.
The lack of empathy.
Exactly. It's not just not feeling bad. It's like an active indifference. Even a morbid curiosity about causing pain. That highlights, a real defining trait, the inability to connect with suffering or feel any remorse.
So naturally, she tries to get out of there. Things get chaotic. Neighbors here. Police arrive.
And Alice gets arrested.
Right. But even then, even when they find evidence, old diaries, the story mentioned.
Filled with twisted thoughts, yeah. And items from past victims. Grim stuff.
Really grim. But Alex, he shews nothing. No regret.
It's profound, isn't it? Those twisted thoughts, they're not just odd ideas. They show a completely warped sense of morality, right? Where cruelty is.
Yeah.
Maybe even justified in his mind.
Rationalized somehow.
Yeah. And his calm demeanor, that usual smile, even in court, that's not strength. It's the complete lack of remorse. It really underscores how detached he is. It's chilling because it's not wild rage. It's cold calculation.
So wrapping up our deep dive into Elmwood, the story really hammers home this uncomfortable truth, doesn't it? That sometimes real evil can hide right out in the open.
Behind the most convincing masks.
Most perfect seeming people.
Absolutely. And it leaves you thinking, doesn't it? How do we get better at seeing the difference? How do we spot that calculated charm versus genuine connection?
Without becoming totally cynical.
Exactly. Without letting suspicion just wall us off from people. It's a tough balance to strike, especially when some people are so incredibly good at faking it.
A really delicate balance. Definitely something to mull over.